Hello again, Struck. Here I am with another upcoming games video Struck list, and this one is dedicated to July's low profile upcoming titles. So if you've enjoyed the high profile ones, well, let's shine some light, some spotlight on the not so known yet still worth mentioning games for the month. I've got 13 titles for this video, so I hope you enjoy them, all of them with different genres, different backgrounds and for different audiences. So buckle up, struck up. I hope you enjoyed the video and let's go. To begin with, first of all, keep in mind I've arranged the games in order of release date in chronological order, based on the release date. Starting off with Atelier Remake, The Alchemist of Salburg, which is coming on the 12th/13th of July based on time zone, from what I've seen in the official website. It's not about saving the world. In this leisure adventure RPG, failing student Mari pursues alchemy, adventures, and quests while aiming to graduate in 5 years. Atelier Mari, the origin of the Atelier series, has been remade with new elements, which means you're no longer limited, for example, to 5 years, and you can play a more leisurely version of the game. There's updated graphics. It's adapted to modern times and made more playable, whatever that might mean. And again, it's with that new unlimited mode I mentioned, and there's an addition of new events that enable interactions with new characters. You can further enjoy the world of Atelier Mari in general. Development published by KOEI TECMO Games Ltd, a typical classical RPG from Japan with the original, with the traditional game design you might expect from the Atelier series in the first place. And again, sticking close to the original game that they're making. So, if you enjoyed the original, or if you wanted to go back where the Atelier series started, now you have the remake to look forward to. Next up, we have a game called Yet Another Zombie Survivors. And yeah, as the name suggests, the horde is coming, but you're ready to fight it. Assemble your team and decide upon their enhancements to find the most efficient synergist against thousands of the undead. Survive, then evolve, then break all the limits in this deceivingly simple but addictive reverse bullet hell. Developed and published by Awesome Game Studio, coming on the 13th of July as an early access title. There is a demo downloadable on Steam, so if you're interested, download the demo, try it, and if you like yet another zombie survivor on the 13th of July, you know what you can do. Next up, we have another interesting RPG coming from Japan. This one is more of a strategy tactical RPG. It's called Cross Tales. Developed by Raidon and published by KEMCO. There is a playable downloadable demo on Steam. Releasing on the 19th of July 2023. And here is the summary. What will the Tales witness after a crossing tale? A tactical RPG that portrays a fantasy story of a war between the canine and the feline tribe, playable from both points of view. You could play it as the cat people, you could play as the dog people. Um, and have a slightly different experience based on who you pick. There's obviously different classes. It has that interesting tactical feel that reminds people probably of Ogre Tactics and the likes. It seems like a very interesting and nice game if you're looking for a new tactical RPG to play. So, Cross Tales, 19th of July 2023 from Kemco and Raidon. The next title is called Cramped Room of Death. From Hafiz Mod Rozwan, as a developer, publisher, Nicalis Incorporated. It's an interesting indie puzzler RPG game with cute casual graphics and setting, pixel art as well. A puzzle adventure in close quarters. Use your spear to defeat enemies and collect treasure, but plan your moves carefully. Each room has tight turns, deadly traps, and no margin for error. supposedly coming on the 19th of July. Next up is a game called Homeseek, releasing on the 20th of July 2023, developed by Traptics, published by the Iterative Collective. Pardon me, the Iterative Collective. Homeseek is a post-apocalyptic survival strategy game set on a dystopian resource-strapped Earth at the beginning of the next century. In a dried-up wasteland where water has become the new gold, every choice becomes life or death. With your guidance, survival just might be within reach. So an interesting city builder Coney sim survival game. There is a demo that you can download on Steam, and it looks nice because it also has online multiplayer mode, mind you, for a city builder game. Something that might grab the attention of a lot of city builder fans out there. So yeah, 20th of July 2023. Next up is a game called Library. Enter the library, test your reflexes, and wit in this fast paced arena roguelike where you must fight through thousands of enemies to make it out alive. Choose upgrades and power ups to increase your chances of survival, then vote on new twists to spice up your next run. Releasing on the 20th of July 2023, there is a downloadable playable demo on Steam. The developer is Other Ocean Interactive and the publisher is Other Ocean Group. So it looks pretty interesting. Typical vampire survivors type of bullet hell, roguelike bullet hell. I really like the art style. I think they've got a unique art style going on for them that is pretty appealing. And if you're looking for a new game like that, there is that second one in this video that I'm suggesting in that reverse bullet hell genre. Next up, another bullet hell. This one's called Stillborn Slayer. Releasing on the 20th of July 2023, developed by Apushev Vitali and published by Meridian 4. Stillborn Slayer is a beautifully crafted pixel art bullet hell RPG game set in a cursed dark continent with challenging boss fights, exploration, and complex combat. Master dodging and rolling skills to fight incomprehensible monsters and slay the home god to end something. It cuts off the text on Steam. But I guess the reign of the evil god, the horn god. Overall, it looks like a fun game. It looks like an interesting roguelite, action roguelite bullet hell. So third one for this video already. Next up, we have an interesting definitive edition of a game, Might and Magic: Clash of Heroes Definitive Edition. So, developed by Dotemu and Capybara Games, and Dotemu are known for being the necromancers, the resurrectors of decent games that might need a refreshing, spicing up, or bringing them just to newer modern platforms. Plan your next move wisely. Every additional combo can make the difference, whether in solo or duo, online or offline. Mix and match your units to defeat your enemies in this definitive edition of Might and Magic: Clash of Heroes. Again, as you might know, that the Might and Magic franchise is owned by Ubisoft. So Ubisoft, one way or another, are involved with this. And there is a downloadable demo on Steam. And this game is coming to Steam, to PlayStation 4, as well as Switch. Unfortunately, it's not coming to the modern Xbox platforms with this definitive edition, but you have the classical Xbox One version, which is backwards compatible on new Xbox platforms if you do want to play this on an Xbox. Overall, it's highly praised. This Might and Magic: Clash of Heroes is highly praised. It doesn't have enough purchases or anything annoying like that, as the game design might suggest, because it does look like what the majority of mobile games nowadays are doing. But this is the more traditional buy to play version of such a game. So if you're looking for something like that, but without any pay to win or in-app purchases, well, Steam says there aren't any, so hopefully there really aren't any. Next up is a game I've been following for a while and it's finally releasing. Relic Born, developed and published by Magnum Works as an early access title on the 25th of July 2023. It is a story-driven platformer game that tells the story of Alice, a young dressmaker who finds herself in an undiscovered world searching for a distant, long-lost possibility. ARPG elements, fantasy environments, legendary loot, and a skill system along with many secrets to be discovered. So, if you're after something interesting, something new, an action RPG platformer, Relic Born is coming out, as I mentioned, on the 25th of July 2023 as a, mind you, early access title. So, expect some bugs, glitches, and stuff like that. Overall, it looks fun on the trailer. Whether the game will be as fun as the trailer shows it to be remains to be seen. I'm not a fan of platformers, but sometimes I do see action platformers that look like something I wouldn't mind playing. This might be one of it. I haven't seen much of the skill system in that trailer, so that's something that might be a deciding factor for some of you out there, including me. Next up is a game called Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of Dragons, developed by Secret Base and published by Modus Games, releasing on the 27th of July 2023. The Double Dragon Brothers return in this fresh addition to the iconic beat 'em up franchise. With roguelite elements, every playthrough is a chance at new action. Tag in with 2 of 4 starter characters or unlock 9 additional characters, each with their own special moves and unique playstyles. So you have shared split screen co-op, which is pretty nice. I mean, it's not split screen, but that's how Steam lists it. So yeah, you definitely have plenty of characters. You have plenty of enemies to beat. You have plenty of stages to go through. So if you love classical beat 'em ups and you want something new as a continuation of an old franchise, again another interesting game for this month, and that is Double Dragon Gaiden: Rise of Dragons, coming on the 27th of July. The next game is called Terraforge. It's another early access title releasing on the 28th of July 2023, developed and self-published by Overjoyed Game Devs, which, if I'm not mistaken, was just a single dev. You must manage your mining operation, collect resources, and craft items to sell for profit. Upgrade your mining tools, unlock mysterious blueprints, discover powerful relics, and as you progress towards your goal, travel farther lands, purchase better mining licenses, and go deeper. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things. That game caught my eye in terms of what the gameplay is all about and how it looks. I think some of you out there that love simulation management games and want something new in that genre would enjoy Terraforge for what it's worth, for what it is. Next up is Greedland. It is a top-down shooter mixed with survivor-like elements. Slaughter the monsters, break out of the siege, and welcome the dawn of victory. Player progress from next phase demo will also be available in the retail version. So in July 2023, no fixed date, so take it with the pinches of salt. Not just one, actually, the whole fucking salt shaker. Um, it is an early access release, and there is still a downloadable demo, developed by Vamp He and published by Gamer Sky Games and 2P Games. So if Gridland is what you want, if it's what you like, again, hopefully it comes in July. Next up is a game with an interesting title, adapting a book, an important novel. The Knights of the Cross, which has a Polish name, which I probably would fail at pronouncing, Krzacie or something like that. Um, there is a playable demo for Knights of the Cross on Steam. Developed by Olive Panda Studio and published by Olive Panda Studio and Neverland Entertainment. Keep in mind that the actual developers as well are called Long Yu from China. So a small studio from China are the actual developers. I think Olive Panda are probably the publishers. And yeah, a story-driven deck-building RPG set in the history of Krzacie, the Knights of the cross. Unlike traditional deck builders, the teammates you recruit decide the success or failure of battles. Fight the war against the Teutonic or tackle roguelite runs in this strategy deck builder.
To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, Struck Web. Keep it cool until next time and goodbye.